Once again, my name is Michael Burks. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I grew up in a lot of the same predicaments and conditions that everyone else had. Dysfunctional household, gang-related activity. I grew up in one of the most prominent gang-related neighborhoods in Chicago, which was the South Side, 64th, between 35th and 79th Street on Chicago. Today they came to me and told me to talk to you guys about peer pressure and how it relates to drug abuse. I'm gonna tell you a story quickly about some times where drug or alcohol abuse could have got me killed. So one time I was driving around with like four of my buddies. We was in this car. It's a 9.8. I don't know if you guys remember it. You know what I'm saying? It was an Oldsmobile. We was riding around. We was smoking weed, and they were like, "Man, let's go get something to eat." And I was like, "Yeah, let's go do that." So we got in the car. We rode around, still smoking, mind you. And in my mind, something said, "Yo, you got food at the house. Why don't you just go to the crib?" I was like, you know what? That sounds about right. Then I could save some money. I was always about saving money. So what happened was, I went on ahead and told them, I like, look, man, take me home. They tripped. They talking crazy, man. You tripping? Come on, let's go. I like, nah, look, I'm not gonna spend no money on something I got at the house. So take me to the crib. So they take me around to the house, and I get there, and I don't have nothing to drink. I don't got nothing to drink. I'm trying to make this sandwich. I got some chips. I got these cookies. I'm like, man, I ain't got nothing to drink. So I walk around to the store, and when I look off into the distance, there's the car that I was in on fire. Like literally right in front of my face, my friends are burning alive inside of this vehicle. And I thought to myself, if I'd have stayed in that vehicle, if I never listened to my first mind, which was to get out and do something different, I'd have been dead at that moment. I wouldn't be looking at the car. I would be in the car. And that right there is what I want to point out to you. There is power inside of that first mind. There's power inside the decisions that you make. Like if you don't listen to your first mind, I need to get out of this. I need to do something different. I need to be a different person. I need different friends. There's going to be something inside your head that tells you this is not the right environment for you. And if you don't take hold to the power inside of that one moment, you may end up in that vehicle. You may end up dead. Like literally, my destiny was to die that day. Literally, my destiny was to die that day. Or my destiny was to live on and be able to tell you guys that story right now. But there was power in a decision that I made. Let me tell you another story about friends and how the power of decisions can take you one direction or the another. I was on, man, let me tell you, I was on 73rd and Dobson in Chicago. And I was part of a gang. We were out there hanging out. And one of the opposite gangs came by. We were in a peace tree. They came by. And two of the gang leaders was shooting dice. I know a lot of you in your head thinking that's what it go wrong. Well, it did. They ended up with an argument, two guys talking crazy to each other, and next thing you know, all we heard was, when we come back, somebody gonna die. Back then, I thought I was a big tough guy, knucklehead. I was one usually that held the pistol. Didn't have any murders on me, but people knew that I would blow a gun every once in a while. So, long story short, when it went down, man, somebody came by and told us they were coming. By the time I looked up, I was on the corner of the street right here. There was two cars from this way, two cars from that way, and one from this way. Everything went pandemonium. And in the midst of the pandemonium, all the screaming, hollering, yelling, people talking crazy to each other, everything got quiet, and I looked across the street. And my best friend, who I had dinner with the night before, was pointing a gun at me. And the friend that was on the other side of him said, if you don't shoot him, I'm going to shoot you. Literally at that moment, before I can think about running, I told myself, I need better friends. I need better friends in my life, because if a guy can take listen, if a guy a guy that I spent time with, a guy that I spent a lot of time with, can sit up there and take what another man said and shoot a bullet, 3 bullets at me, that is one of the most expensive thoughts I've ever had in my life. Because if I never made it, if I never made that decision, if I would have stayed friends with him, if I'd have stayed friends with the people I would at that moment, I would be paying the biggest cost of my life, which is death. The biggest cost. I would have died that day. And your thoughts, you have to think of your thoughts as some type of value. If you're dealing with a lot of friends who's smoking, drinking, partying all the time, putting you in bad positions, those are expensive thoughts. They're going to cost you some big things. They're going to cost you your freedom. They're going to cost you your lifestyle. It's going to cost you maybe even death. Family members, relationships. It's going to cost you in a major way. And I implore you, I encourage you to do something different. And what I mean by do something different, let me show you what I'm doing. Right now, speaking in front of you guys, I am following my passion. I'm following my passion. I'm following something that I love. My passion is helping people, genuinely helping people, especially youth like yourself. It is helping people get to a certain mindset that shifts and changes their way of life, their way of thinking. I'm encouraging you to find something you love. I know there's some guys out there, you love basketball. Some of you love football. Some of you love music. I want you to go out and find out exactly what you love. And I want you to pursue it with so much vigor, so much tenacity that no one can outwork you. So look, you're not going to get, this is not one of those, if you follow your passion, you're going to get rich quick situations. It's not. There's no quick way to get rich. There's no equation I can give you to get rich. There's only one way to get wealthy and rich like you want to, and that's to put work in. If you look in the dictionary, I assure you, success only comes before work in the dictionary. Like, that's the only place you will ever see success coming before work. Anywhere else in life, you're going to have to put work in before you see the word success. And you're actually going to have to, when it comes down to this, when it comes down to success, when it comes down to how you want to be rich and how you want to pursue your passion, it's going to take a full and utter commitment to what you want. A full commitment. Like, you're going to have to fully commit your life to what you want to, what you want to do. If you want to be a basketball player, you're going to have to fully commit. You're going to have to fully commit on the court, off the court, to your coach, to your mom, to your families, everybody. You're going to have to fully commit. If you're a football player, a social influencer, whatever you want to do, you're going to have to commit your full life to being who that person is. Finding out who that person is.
10 minutes.
And just to let you know, it's not all about the work. It's not all about the work, because listen, when you commit to the passion, when you commit to the process, when you commit to what you love, when you take out the distractions of drugs, alcohol, and all those other things that are holding you back, there's a reward at the end. Two of the rewards that you will find in life, one is tangible, one will be intangible. The first reward is what you're looking for in the first place, in which that is probably money. But one of the most amazing rewards that you will ever see in life, one of the most amazing things you will ever feel, is the reward of doing something that matters. Right now, talking in front of you all, talking in front of cameras, talking and imploring you, giving you, pouring you into you about what I know about life, and seeing your eyes look back at me with awe and with passion and wanting to listen, is one of the most rewarding things I've ever had in my life. So listen, go out, get it, and be great.